What is up, everybody? It is Dirge15 here, bringing you a Modern Warfare 2 gameplay on Wasteland. A little bit about the gameplay. It's an 18 and 13. Not the best gameplay for me, or not the best gameplay in general. It actually is a good gameplay for me because I'm a rather average gamer, I like to say. I'm not the best. My biggest problem, I believe, is that I don't know when to run away from a gunfight. But, that's whatever. I was playing in here with one friend, and, I had a good time, and I got a decent score. I'm using the TAR 21, and, yeah, it was a decent gameplay, and I thought I'd show you guys. But, so, the commentary today is about maturity, and it goes for the Mailbox Commentary Challenge, I believe it is called, by the Lonely Mailbox, or Lonely Mailbox, rather. And today I'm going to talk about maturity, just like that. So, as anyone who watches me knows, I am 14 years old, just like the Lonely Mailbox. And you know what? Being 14 years old, I'm going into my freshman year of high school. Being 14 years old, I'm not the most mature kid on the block. I make stupid decisions, and I make stupid, immature jokes, etc., etc., etc. And, there's a point where being immature is funny. For example, Pwn Star, he's a funny immature. And then there's the being immature where it's just annoying, and that is like I don't know how to describe it, but you guys all know the immature where it's just annoying, like where you just are being stupid about things and not making rational decisions. And, that's how a lot of people my age are. I've been that way in the past. I've made stupid decisions, just or not emotional. Well, yeah, I guess emotional decisions. Being an emotional little 14-year-old boy, I guess you could say, I made some rather emotional and rather immature decisions in my past, but, I'm 14 years old, and I don't even pretend to be the most mature kid on the block, so it doesn't really bother me that I make bad decisions. You learn from your mistakes, and if you don't make mistakes, then, you won't really have anything to learn from. If you know everything, and you make all the right decisions, and you get all the good advice up front, and then later on in life, there's a big problem, and you actually have to do something for yourself, you probably won't be able to, because you haven't had the experiences that, people who have made bad decisions have had. And that is just one example of when, making bad decisions and being immature really can help you, is when it comes to things like that. Here I just get totally outplayed. But, so maturity, let's talk about what maturity is for a second. It's not exactly, how old you are, and yeah, there's the whole deal about physical maturity, but I'm talking more about emotional maturity here, and that is, in my opinion, when you're selfless and you don't just care about yourself. Kind of the definition of selfless there, but if you care about other people more than you care about yourself, not more than you care about yourself, but okay, say like there's a competition, right? And if you use this exploit, etc., X exploit, I'm not gonna give an exploit example, but say you use this exploit, and you can win the competition and, say, win the prize money. But if you play it fair, you might not win, and some other people that need the money more than you, or the prize, whatever it is, more than you, may win that prize, and they deserve it. Maturity, the right thing to do, the mature thing to do, would be to play it fair, obviously. Everybody says, play it fair. But then there's the argument that life's not fair, and sometimes you gotta trick it to do what you want, and that's right. And I totally agree that life is not fair, and nothing happens the way it should in a fair, equal system. But it's wrong to intentionally hurt other people, Life isn't fair in its own way, Maybe one day you don't get that promotion you wanted and somebody else does, but then maybe the next day, you get a free house for some reason that is unbeknown or unknown to me. But say you get a free house and that other person doesn't, it comes around, it works in mysterious ways, I guess, is the kind of commonly used saying for it, but it really does, and if you're mature about things, things will come around, it'll work out for you, and it won't just, and if you exploit things, you're going to make enemies, and then when things don't work out for you, people aren't going to, have any sympathy, and then when they do work out for you, people aren't going to, like if you win that free house, but you're an asshole the rest of your time, nobody's going to want to go over to your house to hang out or anything because you're just an asshole. So you got to be mature about things. You got to be fair. And, maturity kind of ties into fairness and selflessness there. Fairness is a big part of maturity. Knowing when to do what you got to do. And it's a big part, as I pick up this awesome little double spray. It's a big deal, you got to be selfless, you got to be fair, you got to be mature. And like I said, I'm 14 years old. I'm having fun playing video games and talking to an audience of, like, I think 57 subscribers at this moment. I'm not the most mature kid out there, but I do feel YouTube gives me responsibility. But more than that, you got to be mature. Whether you're not mature or whether you are mature, you got to embrace it. And I know that kind of counteracts what I'm saying, or what I've been saying, I guess. As this example, don't know when to run away from a fight. I got killed there, but it sort of counteracts what I'm saying. But if you're immature, be smart about it. There's a point where being immature just turns into being stupid. And that is when you just make the worst decisions ever. And you're just dumb about things. Like, you lose a best friend of 5 years because you wanted to make some joke. That is when immaturity turns into being stupid and not just being immature. But, if you want to make a couple, Pwn Star jokes about your penis and whatever, that's fine. Go ahead, no matter what age you are. I'm 14, as I've said millions of times. But I'm 14. He's married. It doesn't matter. But, so this commentary is coming to an end. We actually lost this game. People don't usually post losses, but, I had a decent game, and I thought it was relatively entertaining. I'll see you guys later, and this is Darish15 saying I will talk to all of you awesome people in the future. I'm out.